Hi, everyone. My name is Sasha, and I am the community coordinator for the Center for Meditation Science. And I'm here with the incredible Dr. Susan Taylor, author of Return to Radiance. I'm so excited to talk about this book, Susan.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with us, and I'm glad you are willing to, foster some of the questions that have come up from our community and, just some of the ideas. And with your background in yoga, and it's fantastic to have the opportunity to actually work with you. And welcome to our community as the community coordinator. That's been a wonderful addition to what we're building now.
Yes, and what a beautiful community to be a part of. I mean, I just love everything that this community represents, that you represent in your previous writings and Feeling Good Matters, which I have back here, in this new book that you have, Return to Radiance, which I have to say is just it's a beautiful masterpiece.
Well, masterpiece is a little much. And
No, I don't think so. I think our community will agree once they pick this up and they turn the first page.
It was written a little bit in a different style than what I did the Feeling Good Matters. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about that another time. But yes. I wrote it more for people to use it who are not necessarily steeped in a regimen. And how I put the diet, breath work, meditation together. Mm-hmm. And with diet. The diet was the hard part, though, writing out all the recipes, I have to say. That was a big job, but I had some great editors helping me. So it worked out.
Yes. Well, good. I'm so glad because it really did, I have to say. I'm so excited for this, to talk about this and upcoming segments. And today to kind of talk about this background to return to radiance, what that means, the meaning that it, as you say, to unveil and proclaim one's potential and brilliance. And what is it that brought you to this discovery and brought you to writing this book?
Maybe my age, where I am now in life. It's more, right now, it's a great opportunity to really see what matters and what doesn't matter. And so with my background in yoga science and my Western background in nutrition, nutritional biochemistry, but even not just the title of nutritional biochemistry, there's something more to life than a label. That's what I'm taking that from the other book, but yes. We label ourselves of how we have to be. And we're trained very well on the outside. We could see that with technology. We're trained on how to dress and how to be and how to act and behave, how to text and tweet and all of that other. But no one's ever really taken the time, and I'm thinking in the schools and with our own training, to really work with training our inner self. And what radiance is, I used to use a statement, and there's a few of my clients who happen to be authors and things that had, done some television and thing. And I always had said, take the lampshade off, step into the light. And that's what I wanted the title to be on this. And someone said, forget it. People won't even step into the light. They might get scared or something might happen, but
it's true.
It's really about the light that's within us, is that feeling of joy, and I call it luminosity. And so that joy, when we take the lampshade off, what is that lampshade? That lampshade is all the restrictions we put on ourselves, all the thinking patterns, all the unhealthy habits that we have. So when we return to radiance, we revitalize our body, because you need to have a healthy body. It's easier, I should say. Mm-hmm. And then reclaim the mind, bring the mind back home. Instead of the worry and the fear that we're soaking in it, because every day there's nothing happy that we're seeing. People are just reporting negativity, and it's only just a creation. Mm-hmm. So how do we go back into that radiant? How do we go back into ourselves? And it's not that you have to go turn a light on. It's already there. We just have to take the mask off. No, wear your masks for COVID.
Yes.
But we have to take that shroud, that
The
veil.
metaphysical mask.
Yes, we have to just take it off and let ourselves shine.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if you have your eyes are droopy or you have you need this. You don't have to do anything external. That doesn't mean you don't do things external, but you don't have to. In other
Mm-hmm.
words, go from within, and then everything you choose to do in the outside has a different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with wearing some makeup or doing things that maybe will improve how you feel about yourself, but do it with the sense of being whole and complete yourself
Mm-hmm.
and being satisfied and happy with yourself. And then
Yeah.
it's a difference. So
Yeah.
returning to radiance is to have that vitality that we need. I started this many, many years ago. I mean, when I wrote Sexual Radiance,
Mm-hmm.
then I was in my 40s. That's a whole different ballgame. But that's not the title that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so this book is a remaking of that, but in a way where I wanted to express what I wanted to say to mainly women.
Mm-hmm.
It was really written for women. Can men benefit? Well, of course, men can always benefit because it's not strictly women's physiology that I talk about, but it's really for women because it's really something that I've used in my life to step out and say, it's okay the way I am. I'm a privileged person, meaning I've been given food, I've been given shelter, I've been given the privilege to live 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do you do with that? Let's come together as a community and let's go out into the world and nourish ourselves. And I use the word nourish. That word has a lot of meanings, and we'll get into that if we do some more interviews, but nourishing ourselves and stepping out with that feeling of joy and not the stress that we have. And I say women because women, I've always said, walk a tightrope.
Mm-hmm.
Families, children, job, career, and you're a mom.
Yes.
And that's why even when we record and we do things together, it's on mom's time, not on our time, because moms are the highest profession in the whole world because they're bringing forth a new generation.
Well, thank you for saying so.
No, don't thank. That needs to be acknowledged, and that needs to be nurtured by
Mm-hmm.
all of us. And then once we turn that around and we put the mother and what she does, and whether you have your own children or whether you have adopted children or whether you're adopting the world as mother, women are mothers of the universe. And so, I get passionate about that because we can't lose sight.
Mm-hmm.
When women lose sight, it's over. And so it needs to come back into. So Return to Radiance is really, of course, I put together a program in a systematic way.
Mm-hmm.
And you saw that, the systematic way, because if we don't have a precise systematic way, we are not going to feel nourished and gain the strength and stability that's so needed, especially right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want people to gain that strength and stability back, and that vitality comes back. The mind then can be trained to come home, and you return to radiance, which is your true nature.
Yes, absolutely. And I think for people who want to, maybe they're not sure if this is for them, if this will benefit them, my encouragement is to pick up the book and read the first 2 pages and then see. And I believe that your writing is able to pull people in and want them to go on this journey that you've laid out for them.
I did put actually a downloaded chapter on susantaylor.org.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many websites now, I can't keep track, but we're trying to consolidate. But susantaylor.org, and you go to the books, but there is, if you follow the links to Return to Radiance, there is a free downloadable chapter for those that want to just see.
And that's excellent, because I believe getting into this book, it may require a bit of self-reflection, of taking inventory of oneself to see what is it that our body is in need of. Are we in need of nourishment? Are we missing out on that nourishment that could help us to return to this radiance? So how, it's so difficult, especially for women. How do we detect, how do we self-reflect for those who have never taken inventory before. How do we do that? And how important is that before starting this journey?
Well, no one has to take inventory on themselves yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something where we have to. I would say that if you're a seeker and you're interested in bettering your health, if you're fatigued, if your energy is a little low, I'm going to be giving a course in 2021, a digital course on this, but based on the book. But if your energy or your fatigue or you're feeling tired, you don't have that feeling, which is everyone pretty much right now, especially with we're just getting over the pandemic, or maybe we're in it, I don't know, with everything that's happening. How do we lift up? Where there's darkness, and I'm going to relate this to the radiance, remember, where there's darkness, there's always light, because we live in duality when we're on the earth. So if there's darkness, the news, the fear, the worry, the animosity, the anger, there's also joy, compassion, and love that's there too. You just have to choose which one you're going to bring your mind to. And that's what it's all about. But you have to, the whole idea, the reason why I focus on the body in this book, I do a little bit of meditation in the very end, but I focus on the diet, I focus on breathing, which is the key component, and I focus on movement, because that's really, you need to have the body in coordination and the body really strong to have that feeling. You know, people are talking, be compassionate. How do you be compassionate if you're not feeling well? So we don't have to take an inventory, back to your original, but if you're interested in learning something, you know, about doing that, or you're not quite, you want to learn something new or check something out, you just, I guess you go to Amazon and you just go to Return to Radiance and see, you can look at the table of contents there and do whatever, but
yes, well,
there's
good.
no prerequisites.
Good. Well, that is good to know. It takes some pressure off. So I do encourage our community to look at those free chapter, or that free chapter. If you're not sure, if you're ready to dive in, head to Amazon, looking up Return to Radiance, and add it to your cart. We are going to continue to discuss this beautiful book to you. We hope that you will join us, just as you did today. Dr. Susan Taylor, are we ready to sign off until next time?
Yes, we are.
Okay, well,
Sasha.
Yes, of course. And I'm going to leave everyone with that. Where there is darkness, there is light. I want to echo that. It's very important. All right. Well,
Thanks, Sasha.
thank you. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.